Knowing the size of the baby at each stage of pregnancy is a constant curiosity for every expectant mom. From the size of a pinhead to a watermelon, the baby develops, growing not just in size but also acquiring essential skills for birth. Week by week, your baby grows and develops until around the 40th week, when most births occur. First and second weeks, it's still too tiny to compare. In fact, it's the week of your last menstrual period and your body is gearing up for the big journey of pregnancy. By the end of the second week, fertilization occurs. The fertilized egg, now called a zygote, starts dividing rapidly into thousands of cells as it travels to the uterus, which is getting ready to receive it with a cozy, thick lining. Third week, a pinhead. At this early stage, the baby is so small that it's compared to the size of a pinhead. It's the beginning of its journey inside the mother's womb. A tiny ball formed by rapidly multiplying cells begins to implant in the uterus and produce the pregnancy hormone. Fourth week, a poppy seed. Now, the baby is already in the belly, but still very small, almost invisible. At about 0.04 inches long, the first signs of pregnancy, like sore and swollen breasts, fatigue and nausea, may start to appear. Fifth week, a sesame seed or apple seed. At around 0.08 inches long, the embryo begins to elongate. It's possible to distinguish the head region from the tail region as the central nervous system, the brain, and the spinal cord start to form. The appearance is similar to that of a seahorse. Additionally, the heart starts beating. Sixth week, a pomegranate seed. Now the embryo looks more like a tadpole than a human, measuring between 0.16 and 0.24 inches. Vital organs start to develop, such as the heart, and the eyes begin to form. Seventh week, a blueberry. At about 0.48 to 0.7 inches long, the baby is undergoing rapid development. Important organs like the heart, brain, and kidneys are forming, limbs begin to develop, and the mother may start to feel nauseous. Eighth week, a raspberry. Arm and leg buds are getting longer, and fingers and toes continue to develop. The baby's small tail is gradually disappearing as eyes, nose, and lips start to form. Ninth week, an olive. Now the baby's head is half its size and the eyes are well separated. Small tooth buds start to develop and the baby begins to look more like a tiny person. 10th week, a strawberry. Bones start to form as well as ears, nose, and elbows. Many of the major organs and systems of the body are already starting to function, and the little heart beats faster than the mother's. 11th week, a lemon. During this stage, it's possible to determine the baby's gender through a fetal sex determination test. Vital organs like the liver, kidneys, intestines, brain, and lungs are already fully formed. An important milestone is that the baby's heart has been beating fiercely for weeks, though it's only now loud enough to hear. It beats twice as fast as the mother's, between 120 to 160 beats per minute. 12th week, a pinky finger. By this stage, the fetus already looks entirely human and is fully formed from head to toe. Nails start to grow on the tiny hands and feet, and hair begins to appear on the body. The baby moves if someone pokes the belly, although the mother may not yet feel the movements. Hormonal changes can cause frequent urination and dizziness. If you're enjoying the video, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel to stay updated on weekly pregnancy developments. 13th week, a peach. The baby's genital organs and intestines are already formed and it can even urinate. The baby shows activity by swallowing amniotic fluid and beginning to suck its thumb. The head continues to grow significantly, becoming disproportionate to the rest of the body. 14th week, a nectarine. Brain development allows for facial movements like furrowing the brow and squinting. Arms lengthen and nails and hair begin to form. Sexual organs are developing and the doctor can visualize the baby's gender through ultrasound. 15th week, an apple. The baby moves its entire body, making facial expressions and grasping with its fingers. Eyes are sensitive to light and the baby can hear sounds outside the mother's belly. The size is about 6.5 inches, equivalent to an apple. 16th week, an avocado. The baby can taste the amniotic fluid and hear external sounds. Muscles are developed and the baby moves more, although the mother may only feel slight movements. 17th week, a pear. The baby's taste buds are formed and external sexual organs are fully formed. The baby measures about 7.7 inches and weighs about 6.3 ounces. 18th week, a bell pepper. The head is more proportional to the body and the legs are longer. Ears function and the baby can hear the mother's heartbeat. 19th week, a mango. The baby has periods of wakefulness and sleep, sleeping about 18 hours a day. If it's a girl, the reproductive system is formed with a uterus, fallopian tubes, and eggs. 20th week, a banana. The baby begins to gain weight due to the development of adipose tissue. The nervous system is more developed, allowing for more coordinated movements. 21st week, pomegranate. The baby's eyes are already formed and starting to open. He can hear well and recognize his parents' voices, moving more and more when he hears external sounds. If it's a girl, the uterus and vagina are already formed. For boys, the testicles begin to descend into the scrotum. The baby weighs about 12 ounces this week. 22nd week, avocado. The baby can now distinguish between light and dark as his eyes are well formed. The baby weighs about 14 ounces this week. 23rd week, eggplant. This week, the baby's pancreas starts producing insulin, a hormone that controls blood sugar levels. The baby's skin is more pink and the intestines begin making their first movements. The baby weighs about 1 pound this week. 24th week, ear of corn. The baby's body proportions are starting to look more like a newborn's. The branches of the lungs are forming. The baby weighs between 1.3 and 1.5 pounds this week. 25th week, cauliflower. The baby's head hair begins to develop color, though it may change after birth. The layer of fat under the skin continues to develop and the baby gains weight daily. The baby weighs between 1.5 and 1.7 pounds this week. 26th week, lettuce. If it's a boy, the testicles begin to descend into the scrotum. If it's a girl, she already has all the eggs formed in her ovaries. The baby weighs about 2 pounds this week. 27th week, kohlrabi. The baby may hiccup, but it doesn't make a sound because there is no air in the lungs. The baby weighs about 2.2 pounds this week. 28th week, eggplant. The baby starts reacting to pain, touch, sound, and light that passes through the mother's belly, such as loud noises and music, making him move more. The baby weighs about 2.5 pounds this week. 29th week, green squash. The baby's skin starts to thicken and become less wrinkled with a more reddish color. The bones are getting increasingly rigid. The baby weighs about 2.75 pounds this week. 30th week, cucumber. The baby's growth starts to slow down despite continuous weight gain. This week, the baby begins to settle into the final position for birth, head down, though this can change until birth. The baby weighs about 3 pounds this week. 31st week, coconut. The baby is getting chubbier due to the gradual increase in fat deposited under his skin. The baby weighs between 3.5 and 4 pounds this week. Feel free to share this video with other expecting mums and leave your comment below. And of course, don't forget to turn on notifications so you don't miss any content. 32nd week, small pumpkin. It's possible to see the baby's breathing movements in an ultrasound. The baby weighs between 4 and 4.5 pounds this week. 33rd week, pineapple. The baby weighs between 4.5 and 5 pounds this week. 34th week, melon. In case of risk of premature birth, from this week, corticosteroids are recommended to help mature the baby's lungs. The baby weighs between 5 and 5.5 pounds this week. 35th week, small watermelon. Although there isn't much room in the uterus, you can still feel the baby's movements, and sometimes you can even see the outline of an elbow, foot, or head when looking at the belly. The baby weighs between 5.5 and 6 pounds this week. 36th week, Swiss chard. The urge to pee rarely gives the mother a break. The baby weighs about 6.8 pounds this week. 37th week, medium pumpkin. The baby continues to gain weight and is already in the birth position, ready for delivery. From this week on, if the baby is born, he will not be considered premature. The baby weighs about 7 pounds this week, 38th week, leap. As the delivery date approaches, the mother feels anxious. Studies indicate that it is the baby who triggers labor by producing hormones that cause chemical reactions to start the process. The baby weighs about 7.5 pounds this week. 39th week, medium watermelon. The baby weighs about 8 pounds this week. 40th week, jackfruit. The baby is ready to be born. The baby weighs about 9 pounds this week. 41st week, Hubbard squash. After 41 weeks, the doctor may opt for labor induction or a cesarean section, as the risks of complications for the baby increase as the pregnancy goes beyond 9 months. And that's it. Throughout these weeks, you've been able to follow the incredible development of your baby, from the size of a small pomegranate to a jackfruit. At each stage, your baby has been growing, gaining weight, and getting ready for the big moment of arriving into the world. It's a journey full of emotions, discoveries, and expectations. Remember to follow all medical advice, take good care of your health, and enjoy every moment of this special phase. Thank you for watching our video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more content on pregnancy and baby care. See you next time.